Have you come across the mulberry plant? It's one of the things I've discovered over the last few years, and it's absolutely fantastic. They can come in multiple different varieties and sizes and shapes. We have white, red, black. This one is a small dwarf black one that is absolutely fantastic. It's called the Charlotte Russ, and it produces fruit right from early summer through to early autumn. It's got a last little one just here on it, and especially in the UK, you can find them in the hedgerows and everywhere, particularly in the old houses like the National Trust houses. You can find big fruiting trees. They can be 8 meters tall, producing 300 kilos worth of fruit.
So this is one of the National Trusts that is local to us. And we just sat down on this bench and we looked across, and in the distance there you can see behind the roses that is the mulberry. So it's definitely can be a big tree. The trees have absolutely loads of fruit on them, as you can see. They are at different stages of ripeness, from pale white through to black where they're fully ripe. This tree is very old, as you can see. It's split and it's even been propped up.
Not everybody has enough room for 8 meters worth of tree, but this one here, as you can see, is in a pot. It would go to about 1.5 meters, and it will produce fruit in the first year, which is great. Who can complain about that? Mulberries have been used for years. They have been coppiced, they've been used for medicine. They are a really popular tree previously that have gone out of fashion, primarily because they don't store particularly well. So you have to, once you get them, eat them. They also stain your hands when you pick them. My girls absolutely love them, but they come back and their hands are covered in red, and it does take a day or so to get out and off the skin. They're also super cold hardy. They can go down to -13, some of the trees. They can be grown in pretty much any soil, any climate, right down to subtropical. There's not really too much kind of going on with diseases. So generally they're a really, really useful plant. Some of the downsides can be that it can irritate some people's hay fever. What I've also found is my wife got stung because the wasps absolutely love them. So you need to be careful when picking that the wasps aren't on them as well. But generally, apart from that, really, really easy to take care of, high producing plants.
This tree is a slightly younger one than we saw earlier, but it's still pretty big. As you can see, they do grow fast. You can distinguish a mulberry by its leaves. They have a heart shape with serrated edges, and the older and bigger trees that produce fruit towards the end of summer. They're normally only around for about a month, but as you can see, when they are in fruit, there's no getting them wrong. This is one of the smaller ones that I have growing just on my allotment. Again, it has exactly the same heart-shaped leaf that's serrated. It's growing pretty quick. This was just a little stump at the start of the year, so they do grow incredibly fast. Not only that, it's got fruit on in its first year. As you can see, its fruit didn't really produce particularly well, but I wasn't expecting it to. It developed quite late, so I didn't get much of a harvest. And as I mentioned earlier, you can find them everywhere. This is just our local park. I didn't realise it was there. I've been here for a couple of years, and I just was looking up and I saw it. Again, loads of fruit. We were going down for every day for a week, just collecting handfuls. The girls absolutely loved it. And yeah, got truly covered in juice. This is the optimal way to pick a mulberry. You need a small child, lift them up. There is a bit of a risk in this that you won't get any mulberries because they'll eat them all before they get you, but happy child, happy life.